What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. So now, the Japanese version of the game has finally had the official data download, which input the Sugo Fest that is coming up. The 6th anniversary Sugo Fest is now in game. All the characters are in game. We can view all the details. In this video today, I'm going to go through all of the remaining characters that were introduced during this 6th anniversary period. I've already talked about the legends in a lot of detail. If you guys haven't seen that video yet, click the card at the top of the video there. It goes through all the details for the new legends. We're not talking about these guys today. We're going to be talking about the rare recruits and the special time rare recruits that are going to be available in this banner. Now, this is probably going to be a longer video. I want to try and get this done as soon as possible, so let's go ahead and start talking about it. First of all, though, I want to show you guys the actual sprites for these characters. Have a look at this. When you go to the PvP section, you can see the animated sprites of the character. Snake Man looks so freaking good, dude. I love what they've done for the idle animation for Snake Man. It looks so clean. Sabo's unfortunately is a little underwhelming. He's just kind of standing there and he just spins his pipe. That's basically it. And then moving on to the villains real quick. Unfortunately, KonradCurze's one is a little underwhelming. I think his is probably worse than Sabo's because, like, he brings up the donuts and then he kind of gets angry for a bit, and that's kind of it. It would have been cool if he had, like, the arms coming out of the donuts. Dude, that would have been so good if he did that. Unfortunately, a little underwhelming, but then Blackbeard's, dude. Blackbeard's looks so nice. I love the new Blackbeard's idle animation. Looks very, very good. So there we go. Those are all the new idle animations for the new characters. I guess now that we're at the villains, let's just start talking about the first one. Nami isn't a villain, by the way, but she's just going to be a special time rare recruit that's going to be available in this particular banner. She is voiced as well, by the way, which is really, really cool. Obviously, artwork, again, just spot on. So let's talk about the new Nami. So this Nami right here is an Int Cerebral Striker, which is the typical classes you see for Nami these days. Moving on to her stats, I've got them all in a notepad here. So her Captain ability boosts the attack of Strength and Int by 2 times, and then boosts their recovery by 1.75, so not a very good Captain ability. 14 turn cooldown though. The cooldown, actually I'll do this so you guys can like see the artwork just a little more. So the Nami's special is a 14 turn cooldown, reduces the crew's HP by 70%. Reduces the top row characters' cooldowns by 3 turns, and for 1 turn locks the chain by 2.5 times, and it locks by 3 times instead if you've got 5 or more int characters on the team. This character, this new Nami, is basically built to be run with the new KonradCurze or with the new Blackbeard. She works very, very well with both of those characters. Specifically KonradCurze because reducing your crew's health by 70%, if you use this special ability, you'll get KonradCurze below the threshold for him to activate his super typing, which can delay the enemy through immunity buffs, and then you can use his special ability, which can go ahead and give you the 2 times attack and the 2 times conditional boost. And this Nami, when she goes ahead and reduces your crew's health, also gives you the 3 times chain lock. Like, it's such an amazing special ability. The only downfall is it's a 14 turn cooldown, even at max, right? That's with max limit break. I'd say that's the only downside to the character, but either way, very, very good. Crewmate ability reduces own rewind by 3 turns, which is nice, and Psy Orbs are beneficial for herself, and her support ability supports either Luffy or Chopper. On the final stage, reduces the cooldown by 2 turns, and changes the slot to matching. That only applies to the supported character. That is pretty good, because there are certain instances where, you know, your captain will get special rewinded, or you know, you just don't have a beneficial slot, and it's nice to just get one for free, right? It's very, very good. So another character you can add onto your team to just give you beneficial slots at the start of the final fight. Very, very good unit. I'm a big fan of this Nami. Artwork aside, like, the actual unit herself is very, very good. Moving on to the generic rare recruits. So these are just the regular rare recruits that are going to be put into the generic pool of characters. This one here is NL. Now, let's have a look at NL real quick. That is his idle animation right there. We can actually go over to Nami real quick so you guys can see that one, because I'm sure you guys are pretty excited about that one. Unfortunately, no PvP stats for this Nami, but idle animation does look very, very cool. So this NL, let's go ahead and talk about him. Where's my notepad? Here it is. NL is a pretty decent unit. So he is an int-driven shooter character. He's going to go ahead and have a captain ability of 2.5 times attack to strength and int, and he recovers 5 times his recovery at the end of each turn. Again, not a very good captain ability. His special though, 12 turn cooldown, reduces the cooldowns of strength and int characters by 2 turns. It's very nice to have. Changes the strength and int character slots into matching, just free matching slots. Very, very good. Reduces the crew's health by 50% and then deals 30 times the amount of HP lost as non-type damage to all enemies. This NL's very good, especially because he reduces his own rewind by 2 turns as a sailor. So if you get rewinded by 2 turns for your whole team, he can just go ahead and rewind it back. and give you a beneficial slots, and deal lots of damage to the enemy. I love this rare recruit NL. He's probably one of my favorite generic rare recruits in the game. He is very, very good, especially for the new legends that have been released with Blackbeard and for KonradCurze. Unfortunately, the Nami and this NL, it is annoying that they are reducing your health by such a significant margin, because for Blackbeard in particular, you actually don't want to be reducing your crew's health. That's actually not beneficial to the character, because you need to be tanking hits sometimes in order to get that additional cooldown. But I guess this could be a way to just kind of speed the process up if you just reduce the cooldown. So I guess it's kind of good design in a way. This is very good for KonradCurze though. Very, very good for KonradCurze. Any support abilities just to int characters, 5% damage reduction and 7% attack. Nothing really too crazy. And then the final of these rare recruits for the villain side is this Doflamingo. So here is his idle animation right here, looking pretty suave. Let's go ahead and talk about his abilities though. So Dofi is an int-driven striker. Where is he? He is up here. Int-driven striker. Int and strength characters get 2.75 times attack. Nothing amazing. 13 turn cooldown, reduces 2 turns of special bind on the team, reduces 2 turns of damage threshold, defense up, and attack up on the enemies as well. And when the captain is int or strength, for 1 turn boost the color affinity of int and strength by 1.75. Very good. He's very, very good, especially because you can see right here, this man has double special activation. So you can use his special in multiple different rooms, and the fact that with his special ability, you can remove a lot of defense, a lot of beneficial effects on the enemies, right? I actually didn't have a look at what NL's abilities were. Oh, he has additional cooldown, so 10 turns at the start of the fight. So NL can be ready at the start of the fight. That's very good, actually, because if you're running, like, hypothetically, the Moby Dick ship for KonradCurze, hypothetically, you get him at 50% health, and then use NL straight away to get you down to 25% health, and then just reducing cooldowns is just so good. Yeah, I like this NL a lot. I really, really do. And then obviously the Doflamingo is pretty good. Now let's move over to the good guy side. So let's go ahead and talk about Trafalgar Law. So Trafalgar Law, right here, here is his idle animation, my lady. So this guy is a strength free spirit slasher. Let me go ahead and locate him real quick. Here he is. His captain ability will go ahead and boost strength characters attack by 2.5, and he boosts them by 2.8 after you hit 3 consecutive attacks that are good or better. Not a very good captain ability. Special ability though, on an 11 turn cooldown, will go ahead and deal 100,000 fixed damage to all enemies and reduce 5 turns of resilience, and reduces bind, despair, and paralysis also by 5 turns. That's really good. Like, that's a really nice generic utility based rare recruit character. Really, really nice to have. Getting your hands on all of these is definitely ideal. Very, very good. 50% attack to strength, and himself will treat recovery and tandem slots as beneficial. 5% damage reduction against dex characters, and 5% stats are added to strength characters. So Dofi's okay. Trafalgar Law is actually okay. I like the utility. That's basically all you're really using him for. Nothing too crazy. Utility is good though. Now we've got Boa Hancock. Let's have a look at her idle animation. I actually haven't seen this one yet, and she doesn't do anything. Okay, that is unfortunate, but she is a strength fighter free spirit character. Let's go ahead and bring up this. So for her effects, her captain ability is a 2.5 times attack, and also a 1.2 times recovery boost to strength. Not very good. Special of 10 turn cooldown will go ahead and recover 5 turns of attack down and special bind, and changes bomb, block, and badly matching slots into matching, and locks the crew slots for 1 turn. This is also a very, very good special ability, and it's not like, it's not restricted in any way. Your captain doesn't have to be anything specific. So this can be used on a lot of different teams. Just attack down and special bind, which she also resists special bind with her crewmate ability as well, and then changes those orbs into matching. Like, she's really, really good. This spell is very impressive. And then a support ability of 11% stats to Luffy, Marigold, Sanderzonia, and Gloriosia. Nothing too crazy with her support, but just again, utility is very, very nice to have. Now we've got the final generic rare recruit, which is actually the limited time rare recruit, which is this Chopper. Let's have a look at his sprite real quick. Looking suave as well. Okay, I actually really like that sprite for Chopper. Looks pretty cool. So let's have a look at Chopper's abilities. Now, Chopper is a strength slasher free spirit. I don't know why he's a slasher, but he's a slasher. So Chopper will go ahead and state that he's going to give 2 times attack to strength and int, and make tandem slots beneficial. Not a good captain ability. 13 turn cooldown, reduces 5 turns of damage threshold, and adds 66 times his attack as tap timing bonus for 3 turns. And if there's 5 or more strength or int on your team, you recover 70% of your crew's max HP. So this makes a lot of sense, considering there's so many characters in this batch that just reduce your crew's health. It's nice to have a character that can recover some of that back. If you use Nami and then this in the same turn, if you're at full HP, you can actually technically get all your HP back, which is pretty cool. But yeah, the Chopper's nice. Chopper's 5-turn removal of damage threshold is mainly what you're going to be using him for. Outside of that, like, the tap timing bonus is fine, the recovery is fine, but mainly you're going to be using him for this. He makes 10 in matching for both strength and int, which is pretty good, and plus 50 stats to those types as well. And he's got a really good support ability, so it supports Nami and Zoro, which is a really, really odd one. But when the character uses this special, removes 2 turns of damage threshold and recovers 5% of the crew's max HP. That is a very good support, one of the best support abilities in the game. Just the fact that you can launch the special and just remove 2 turns of threshold, like, that's ridiculous. And then you get a free little bit of recovery too. Very, very nice. I love this. I think this batch is pretty awesome. And then you've got the 2 legends in Sabo himself. And then you've also got the man Snake Man. There you go. So this is a very, very interesting batch. And remember, if you guys wanted to see the breakdown of all of the Sugo Fest exclusive characters, click the card at the top of the video that was a little earlier. I'll put a link down below in the description, probably as a pinned comment as well. Make sure to check out that video as well. But of course, it's all about the 6th anniversary right now on One Piece Treasure Cruise Japan. Over the coming days, I will be uploading my free multis. I'm going to record them all and jam them up into one video so you guys can go ahead and see them all. Already pulled a pretty cool character, which you guys will see later on. But that is going to end this video today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. And if you guys did, make sure to leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all of the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.